Testing, testing, testing. This is how far I'll be away from the mic. Testing, testing, testing. This is how far I will be away from the mic. All right, let's invite Trent.
Hey.
Dun, 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 dun. Trent.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, man? Sorry, I don't know why, but the theme song to Roseanne is in my head, so I was just whistling that.
All right.
What's going on, man?
Nothing much.
How's your day going, my friend?
Very good.
Cool. All right, man. This was one heck of a week, man. This was one heck of a week. You really have the 4-day wrestling week now.
Yeah.
Well, actually 4-show wrestling week. So I see you want to talk about NXT, CWC, then Battleground preview and predictions. Do you have the card for the Battleground pay-per-view?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then the main event, you got the draft. Do you have the draft order? Do you have the entire draft results?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I come prepared.
I'm sure you do, my friend. Do you mind sharing that with me or sending that over Facebook real quick so I can look at it?
You're talking about the round by round, right?
It doesn't really matter. I mean, I just want to talk about. I just want to see for myself who was where. If a chick went with her dude, or obviously we had the club splitting up, but you got Finn Balor, so maybe they actually make it the Balor Club so he can stop wearing those stupid jackets. We got a lot of stuff to get to, man.
Yep.
Okay. And if you want to send it to me, that's cool, so I can look at it. But
I just sent it.
There it is. All right, cool. All right, let me load that up on the old laptop here. All right. Ooh, why do I know so many people on Facebook? I have no idea. Jeez. Okay. Message by the best in the world. The dude who looks so chilled out in that. What was that, a red couch?
I'm not even sure. It was over at my aunt's house.
Oh, okay. That looks like the chillest picture I've ever seen. It's just every time I look at it, it's like Trent's just chilling right there. Okay, so you said everybody who's in bolder letters or capitalized. That's who we got, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Okay, and okay, all right, man. Yeah, let's do it. So Trent, thank you for joining the show, man. Thank you for accompanying me on this ride that we call the Wrestling Fans Podcast. Trent is a wrestling fan. Jason Fascade, is a wrestling fan. Trent is the best in the world, though. I want to put that out there. He is the best in the world. Does anybody understand what I'm saying right now? This guy is the only person that I know with a not safe for work Twitter account, and he is the first and probably only person with I Love Eva Marie DVDs available on sale right now at TrentWilliams.com. But that's beside the point. Let's get into the show, man. We got a lot to talk about. This week was monumental. It was the first week where you got 4 huge shows in 1 week. in the span of 3 days. I don't think people took their eyes off of WWE for a minute. I don't think they took their eyes off WWE.com for a minute.
Nope.
If you have the network, I'm pretty sure you were just fiending for more after this. So we got a lot to get to. We're going to cover NXT, CWC. We're going to definitely give our predictions on the pay-per-view, and we will get to the biggest item of the week, which had to be the WWE Draft. Now, before we get to that, inquiring minds want to know what the heck is going on in the Big Brother house, Trent.
Well, tonight they actually have a special episode where one of the first 5 that got evicted get to come back in. So
Wait, so you get kicked off the show early and then get to come back?
well, yeah, they do this every so often on the season.
Okay.
Mainly because there's only like 16 people in there, but they have they're going to be in there for like 100 days almost. So they have to bring somebody back to fill the time.
Makes sense. And I inserted the Big Brother segment in to pick up some time. So Trent, how's our girl doing on Big Brother? I know we were rooting for this chick, Amanda.
Nicole?
That's what I said. Yeah, Nicole.
Yeah.
How's she doing?
She's actually doing pretty good right now. She's in a pretty good place. She don't seem like she's in fear of being, kicked out anytime soon. So she's in what they call a showmance, which is a romance on the show.
Okay.
So that's the only problem that can cause her problems, because there's a certain somebody in the house that wants to break up the showmances.
Isn't there a bromance on TNA? That's beside the point.
Yeah.
Trent, would she have gotten drafted to NXT?
Actually, one half of the bromance is a former Big Brother contestant.
Holy smokes. See what I did there, guys? Hey,
yep.
I'm trying. Now, Trent, this Nicole, that's her.
Yeah.
All right. Would she have gotten drafted to NXT, SmackDown, or Raw? Where does she fall on the pecking order of drafts?
I'm gonna go for other, and I would have drafted her to my bedroom.
Nice pick. Nice. And she would have been a first round pick for your bedroom, Trent, or
definitely.
Okay. All right. See, this is how we get the show started. This guy is ready. I'm ready. So let's hop into NXT, man. NXT, we had a bunch of craziness happen on NXT. This NXT actually was taped. Who cares? But we had some of the competitors that got drafted on the night before on this show.
Yep.
We had Bayley, who did not get drafted. Sorry, Bayley, against Nia Jax, and we had American Alpha versus who?
The Authors of Pain.
Oh yeah, the Authors of Pain. Trent, did you see any similarity here with them, American Alpha and Nia Jax, getting drafted to the main roster, the select shows, but just losing here?
Well, I mean, I guess obviously they knew they were leaving, so usually in wrestling, when somebody's leaving, they do the job on the way out. So,
well, the only thing I had a problem with was it doesn't make them look any less of a competitor. American Alpha lost to two dominant monsters. Yeah, they had to make the monsters look great, I guess. Nia Jax is pretty much dang, she's 0 for 2 against Bayley. So you keep Bayley strong, but I don't know, man. I would have just wanted some like some hype around American Alpha. I saw Gable look almost as strong as Jason Jordan.
Yeah.
Suplexing one of the Authors of Pain. That came out of nowhere.
Surprised by how easy they were lifting those guys and throwing them around.
Yeah, I'm thinking these guys were billed as 300 pounds and just massive dudes, and they were getting flipped around every which way. So That was a little different, but the Authors of Pain are a force to be reckoned with. I would hope Paul Ellering learns how to talk or has a different face. I don't know. I didn't know if he had Botox done or whatever, but he doesn't seem to switch faces. And Trent, he was the mouthpiece for the Legion of Doom, right?
Yeah.
I wonder why he's not even saying anything, dude.
I don't know.
Like he's aligned with them, but he's not really saying anything.
Right. I guess he's just waiting on the right time, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. Build it up, build it up. So right now you got if American Alpha is, I guess, totally gone. You have the Authors of Pain, Ciampa and Gargano,
Right.
the Revival, and TM61. Right, those are your four.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know if like the Hype Bros, if that's over with, or
I don't know.
yeah. So
Well, and another thing though, these changes, these draft things, it won't affect NXT until after Brooklyn because they're taped all the way up to Brooklyn, I think.
well, here's the thing with the tapings, man, and I totally understand that. And we've talked about this before, where yes, we still have one last pay-per-view, WWE pay-per-view at Battleground to see everybody go against each other, and then I'm assuming next Monday and Tuesday they're going to split their separate ways and start new feuds and everything like that. But
Right.
essentially, you still have the same competitors on NXT, almost in roles that they're oblivious to the fact that they should be on the main roster or that they're doing double duty. Maybe you edit that in the editing process, but if we're going to see them do double duty, you kind of want to see them blossom,
Yeah.
Like I would love to see Eva Marie on SmackDown, not SmackDown. I would love to see her on NXT one more time, just as a farewell.
Right.
I would love to see Nia Jax cost Bailey the title, at Brooklyn. But it's going to be very interesting to see how these tapings play out with all these stars that have been drafted already,
Yeah.
So with that said, man, we did have a dancing segment. Well, not a dancing segment, but we did get no way. Jose. No way. No way Jose came out to attack Austin Aries, who just defeated this guy that was on Tough Enough, right?
Yeah.
What is his Patrick who?
Patrick Clark.
Okay, what the heck is up with him in the USA?
From what I read from house shows, he's supposed to be like a Donald Trump sympathizer.
Are you serious?
That's what he's been doing. Whether they'll continue that on the actual show, I don't know.
Okay, because I did notice when I was watching NXT, it looked like he grabbed the mic, but he didn't get to say anything. It seems like Austin's Aries music, played instantly. So
Yeah.
Maybe they're going that way. I didn't understand why he was so pro USA, which
Yeah. And I even seen a picture from him at a house show where he even had like a blonde wig on.
Okay. I guess we'll have to stay tuned.
Yeah.
Jeez. But yeah, like I said, we get Bailey and Nia Jax as the main event, and Nia Jax goes 0-2. A little surprising. Trent spoiled it last week, so
Yeah.
I already shed my tears. But so NXT is done. Now, keep in mind.
And we also had Joe defeating Rhino.
Oh, dude. Okay, first of all, thank you for sending me the link. Okay.
All
when
right.
I tuned in, I don't know if NXT started early, but I tuned in around 8:10.
Yeah.
8:15. If the stream was 5 minutes behind, I missed all of Joe and Rhino, which I should be thankful for.
It was a pretty short match.
Was it a squash?
Pretty much. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, okay. Rhino, get your money, man. Thank you for joining. But
Yeah,
wow.
And I've seen a report where he might be coming up to the main roster.
Yeah,
Right.
I heard something about him and Curtis Hawkins.
I don't know.
Why? I don't know, man. That he got squashed.
I don't know if it was a squash, but it was a quick match.
Did it last longer than his match with Eric Young?
Mm, no, I don't think it did.
Wow, dude. Okay,
Probably maybe
well,
about the same amount of time.
and no Bobby Roode interference or anything.
Nope.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well,
That's probably coming next week.
next week. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. Well, NXT is officially done. I love NXT. I love where they could possibly go with the remaining members being booted from the show. But NXT is gonna get pretty interesting with these next series of tapings or
Yeah.
the upcoming week. So let's transition over to what I think is some people's highlight of the week, man, the CWC.
Yeah. It has been for me the last 2 weeks.
Dude, uh, run down the matches because I'm interested in 3 out of the 4. I forgot what the first one was.
Well, did you ever get around to seeing last week's?
Oh heck yeah, dude! I saw last week. Yeah. I saw last week's. I saw how we do not know how to pronounce people's names. Dude, it was awesome. Like it was exactly what I would want to see from a new show that's trying to make a name for itself. At first, I didn't understand why they had so many graphics about ninjas. I just think that Ken and Ryu thing is kind of played out, but
Yeah, that kind of threw me off first too.
yeah, I didn't
And
understand
especially
that.
how it was like kind of animated, sort of.
Yeah, I mean it almost makes you feel like you're watching the uh a scene from a video game as it's loading. And
Yeah,
I mean that's cool. It like the show is 1 hour, you get 4 matches. It's just awesome. Um there's not really a lot to be pissed about. I saw when Maluda did the we're just gonna call it his botch move. I don't know when he flipped over the top rope, but then
yeah.
stepped on the. I still don't know what that is, Trent.
I don't either.
I like I I can't even envision what it was supposed to be if you step back on the apron.
I don't know.
I don't know. But Koto Ibushi is awesome. I'm still riding with Cedric Alexander, but let's go into this week's round because this was a good round too.
Yeah. All right. So first up, we had Tajiri defeating Damian Slater.
Yeah, I was hyped for Tajiri to come back, and glad that he got his first win back. All I want to see was the tarantula. So cool. I was satisfied with that. It's cool.
Right. He don't go quite at the same speed as he used to though. Slow down a good bit.
Well, let me say this though, and I don't know if you noticed this from last week, but this week's show, how can I say this? Okay, let's get to the second match because this is where I really made my point. What was the second match?
All right. In the second match, we had T.J. Perkins defeating Domac.
Okay, finally glad that I saw who the heck Mac was. I didn't know Michael Jackson was that popular over in Germany, but apparently he is. Now,
That was David Hasselhoff, apparently.
yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know. Mac just totally rips the whole Michael Jackson dude, he came out with the glove,
Yeah,
the jacket, the moonwalk, the dance, everything. I don't know how this dude hasn't been sued.
I know.
But either way, TJ Perkins is the truth. Now, the correlation I was going to make was the Tajiri match, pretty slow.
Yeah.
This match, hyper speed.
Oh yeah, this was my favorite match of the night.
I'm not going to knock the match, but Trent, I didn't see a lot of selling. It almost felt like I was watching a video game.
Yeah.
Let me get your thoughts on the match.
Oh well, I think that's a lot of what this first round is to kind of show like a sort of like a highlight reel, sort of what these guys can do. You know, especially the guys that are not going to be going on to the next round. I thought it was a really fun match, really fast speed. You know, T.J. Perkins, some of the stuff he did was pretty innovative and stuff I've never seen. So I look forward to seeing more of him in the second round.
Yeah, definitely. And I was glad to see that you get competitors that look like their weight.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know if the majority of these guys are tipping around 205 or had to cut weight to make 205, but it's cool to see a guy that's 165, man.
Yeah.
You know, they can just fly and do flips and just do a whole bunch of acrobatic moves. And like I said, it was almost like they were playing a video game. There wasn't a lot of selling, but this is what you want to see out of people who really only get one shot. So totally feel you there, man. This match was good. Like this match was just crazy, man. I would watch this match over and over and over.
Yep. All right, in the third match, which is the only match we've got wrong so far when we predicted, Lindsay Dorado defeated Mustafa Ali.
And we had Lindsay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mustafa Ali came out like a
No, we picked Mustafa and Lindsay won.
Oh, dang, that sucks. Well, oh well. I didn't really watch it. I was so hyped up over the last match. This match really didn't live up to expectation. Well, not expectations, but it was kind of a downer, you know.
Yeah, it was all right match, nothing special.
And the main event of the evening.
The main event of the evening was Akira Tozawa defeating Kenneth Johnson.
So you already know I was a fan of Tozawa.
Right.
I just felt that he came and showed improvement, man. He German suplexed the heck out of this guy and just showed how strong you can be at a miniature size. So it was cool, man. It was cool.
Yeah, I like the story they was telling with Kenneth Johnson not giving up and Mauro Ranallo always talking about how he won't even stay down. You know, even after being pinned, he gets right back up, trying to stay in it. It was a pretty good match. You know, I've never really watched an Akira Tozawa match before, but what got me was the screaming that he would do during the match.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, his whole look just screams fire to me, you know?
Yeah.
Just hyper, but let's get right to it in battle. So, I'm a huge Tozawa fan. What was the gimmick for the guy he faced? Like, was he homeless or something like that?
Somebody had a speech impediment, like he had a thing.
Yeah, like he had a speech impediment and he tried out for WWE or NXT and he couldn't make it until he fixed it or something like that.
Right.
Okay.
He worked on it and he can talk so long now without stuttering.
Yeah. No, it was the actual data that they gave you. He could go 300 words.
Yeah.
Like I thought that was a gimmick unto itself, man. That was crazy. That was fun.
Yeah.
That was fun. So we get Tozawa, TJ Perkins, Tajiri, and Lindsay, right? Okay. Yep. I don't think they gave any foreshadowing of who we get next week other than Zach Sabre
Jr. Right. He'll be facing Tyson Dukes.
Yeah.
And also next week we'll be getting Raul Mendoza versus Brian Kendrick, Anthony Bennett versus Tony Nese, and one more that I can't remember. One of the brothers.
Yeah, one of the Bollywood boys, right?
Right. Okay. Was it Harv Sierra against Drew Gulak?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. Okay.
Brian Kendrick has really grown his hair out.
Yeah.
I think his hair is taller than he is. But yeah, man, I'll be interested to see if a veteran can get past the first round, which I don't think he wouldn't, but it'll be cool to see. I would love to see him back in his class, his arena, and his sliced bread on somebody. But
Yep.
I'm looking forward to seeing Zack Sabre Jr. Dude, there's no way that he's not gonna get on the main roster.
No.
And at the end of the day, he's just making more money for him. So, as a lot of these guys are, man, like we wouldn't really know much about these guys or have the ability to view their skills if it wasn't for the CWC. I mean, I hate saying that, but unless you're gonna just watch YouTube off of the suggestion of somebody else,
Right.
So, all right, man. Well, that was a CWC, which is really like a highlight of the week. Just a change of pace, man. After watching Raw and SmackDown, NXT is always hype, but this is just a change of pace. It's cool.
Yep.
Now, the moment you've all been waiting for. Nah, not really, but the predictions for Battleground. Trent, at this point, I don't even know what the heck is going on at Battleground other than the overhyped triple threat match.
Yeah.
Run down the card for us, my friend.
All right, so we have my girl, Becky Lynch, Becky with the good hair, against Natalya. We have Charlotte and Dana Brooke versus Sasha Banks and a mystery partner. We have Rusev versus Zack Ryder for the U.S. title. We have The Miz versus Make Darren Young Great Again for the IC title. We have the Wyatt family versus the New Day. Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. John Cena, Enzo Amore, and Big Cass versus the Club. And then Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns for the WWE Championship.
Now, this is a packed show, man.
And also the highlight reel with Randy Orton as the guest.
Right, that's true. That's true. This is a pretty packed show. Let's take the easy ones first. So, do you think we can make Darren Young great again?
I wonder. No, they're not on the same brand.
Yeah, I'm looking at the roster too. Like, okay, if this goes this way, because we got Miz on SmackDown. Right now we have Rusev on Raw.
Right.
So I'm thinking they would kind of want to keep it that way with your secondary titles on the select shows.
Right.
So do you see Miz with the beautiful Maurice being able to stop the train of Darren Young and Bob Backlund?
Yeah, I think Miz will win.
Okay. Rusev and Zack Ryder.
Rusev will win.
Okay. Because Zack is on SmackDown.
Right.
And Mojo was drafted to SmackDown.
Yeah.
So, okay. Let's tackle the
women's matches.
Yeah, let's go to the women's match. Becky with the good hair and Natalya. They're both on the same show.
Yep.
But I know you're going Becky with the good hair.
Of course.
It do on Raw. I like the fact that what was it Raw or Smack? And I think it was SmackDown. She came out and just beat the crap out of Natty.
Yeah.
SmackDown. Oh man, she came out, beat the crap out of Natty, and when enough was enough, just walked off like, I've had it, I'm done. Like, Becky with the good hair is awesome, man. She is very awesome. So we got her going over Natty. Let's do
So you're jumping on the Becky Lynch bandwagon with me like you are the Alexa Bliss one?
Listen, I was not a Becky Lynch fan because of NXT. Like, I always thought she was second rate in NXT, man. Like,
right.
I'm just being honest. I thought she was second rate. Like, out of that foursome, I thought Bayley had the star power, but I never saw any really good matches from Becky Lynch. She just seemed like the power chick.
Right.
Just having power come out of nowhere. But on the main roster, I guess now that she knows who the heck she is and it's not going to change, I don't know. Right. She just seems awesome, man. Like, she just seems different, quirky, and not really hidden. So yeah, man, I'm officially at the sidewalk with my thumb in the air, trying to hitch a ride onto the Becky Lynch bandwagon.
All right. Welcome aboard.
Okay, man. So let's go to the other women's match. Now we have Daniel Brooke and Charlotte versus the Boss and a mystery partner. Theories are going crazy with who her mystery partner could be.
Yeah.
Nikki Bella, Brie Bella, John Laurinaitis as a Bella, or maybe Alexa Bliss.
I've even heard Naomi.
Naomi? But everybody, upon everybody from Twitter to Snapchat to Kick-Ass Torrents, if everybody knows what that is, are talking about Bayley being the mystery partner, mystery tag partner.
Right.
Do you think it's going to happen, Trent? She didn't get drafted. Like, that's the thing that is holding everybody back.
Right. I don't know. I mean, if she would have got drafted, you wouldn't have thought it would have been that much of a mystery anymore, because you would have pretty much assumed that it would be her to be Sasha's partner.
Yeah, and I mean, we keep dipping and diving into the draft, but one thing that I want to point out is when you do a draft, doesn't the draft have to be even?
Yeah.
You can do a snake draft for our fantasy football listeners out there, but if you're doing every 5 draft, which I totally get that, like they want to have a top 5, top 10, top 20, whatever. You should alternate first picks of the next round. Duh.
Well, that was the whole rule with for every 2 that SmackDown had, Raw had 3.
What the heck? What does that make any sense to you, Trent?
No. It said for every 2 picks that SmackDown made, Raw got 3.
Why?
Because Raw is a longer show. It's 3 hours.
Oh my gosh. Okay, whatever.
I'm like, you don't need that many people for a third hour.
Right. I mean,
one match that goes a while.
Yeah. Okay, that was whoever came up with that theory or said let's spin it this way, Trent and I are going to take your place. It's only inevitable, buddy. Okay. But yeah, who do you think? Let's do this. Who do you think wins the match? Sasha and her mystery partner, or Becky Lynch? Sorry, Daniel Brooke and Charlotte.
Sasha.
Okay. Now we got to do it, man. Who's gonna be the mystery partner, dude? I mean, could it be Nia Jax?
Yeah, that's another one I've heard. But are they going to bring Nia up as a babyface?
I don't know. Like, this is what inquiring minds want to know. For one, I threw out Summer Rae at the very beginning. I did.
Okay.
So, listen. Could we go Bayley? Could we go Nikki? Let's do a top 3.
All right.
Bayley, number 1, obviously.
Yeah.
You trying to put Nikki Bella down there?
Yeah, let's put Nikki in there.
Okay. And
Nia
Jax. Okay. All right. So Sasha Banks' mystery partner could be Bayley, Nikki Bella, or Nia Jax. Okay, this will be very interesting, man. Very interesting. And let's play with this theory, man. Obviously, if it's dude, I wanted to be Bayley so badly. But I think if it's Bayley, it takes away from the shine of Sasha.
Yeah, that's true.
If it's Nikki Bella, I think she just adds a new dimension. She's back, whatever. If it's Nia, I think she turns on Sasha.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay.
And here's the thing, though, with it being Nikki, about the Nikki one, all three of these girls, Sasha, Charlotte, and Dana, are on Raw. If Nikki was to come back, don't you think she'd be on SmackDown with Cena?
Did she get? Oh, that's what I was looking at. She didn't get drafted.
No.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Dang it. That's very good point, man. Very good point. Jeez. Wow. Maybe it could be JoJo.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe it'll be Renee Young.
Yeah, maybe it'll be Renee Young. You never know. Okay. Oh, dude. While we're on this topic, because I'm gonna forget it when we talk about the draft anyway. Why the heck was Stephanie McMahon so excited to draft Charlotte?
She shouldn't be after she ran her down backstage that week.
Yeah, this is getting more confusing week by week, man. She was she was elated to have. Yeah, you got the women's champion, but you got the lady that you said was, just
waste of talent.
Waste of talent. That's exactly what she said. So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but in their world, you're not supposed to remember that. The fans ain't supposed to remember that part.
Let me ask you this, Trent. How much of the green leaf do you smoke?
Me? None.
Obviously not. How much do you think the WWE universe smokes? Because there's no way that we can forget this stuff after there's no way we can have that bad of short-term memory.
Right.
It's very terrible. Like it's serious, man. Like you can't do something one week and then just do a 360 the next week and then do another 360 the week. I don't know. Right. It gets confusing, but
it's just WWE undermining their fans like they've always done.
Listen, we are passionate wrestling fans, and we bring this stuff up because at the end of the day, you want something that makes sense, right?
Right. And to their defense, a lot of the people they target are the casual fans. And the casual fans probably aren't going to remember that,
I totally understand what you're saying, man. What I'm saying is, how much of the viewing audience for Monday Night Raw, considering that there is no more basketball, there's no, I don't know. I don't know if people watch baseball. I don't even know if really Monday night is a big baseball night. But there's not Monday Night Football. The playoffs are over. Nobody's watching soccer. Like the Euro it's over. The Olympics aren't on yet. So people should be watching Monday Night Raw, especially this week. Okay. Yeah. And you keep throwing out stuff that you just trash the week after. Doesn't really make sense. Doesn't really keep people invested in the storyline if you trash the storyline, the previous week. Right. I'm not saying every single word, every single action has to be followed up the week after that and week after that, but geez, man, you can't make bold statements like you're a waste of talent and then almost piss your pants when you draft the women's champion.
Right. I agree.
Okay, man. So sorry to get off track there, but we have Sasha and her mystery partner winning this match. So let's move on to the tag match. Now, this is for the tag titles or no?
No.
Okay. All right. And this is not at the Davidian compound, right?
No, in the ring.
Okay. It's in the ring. Just want to say this. I'm a fan of the jeans that Bray Wyatt is wearing now. I think I'm gonna have to find them and start buying them. Just throwing that out there.
Are you a fan of his white dreadlock thing he's got in his hair now?
Listen, man. I mean, if he wants to be a culture vulture, that's cool. At some point, you have to do something different with your hair. I like it. I just wish I could grow a beard. I can't grow a beard like that.
I can.
Oh, really?
If I let it grow out all the way, it would definitely be like a Wyatt.
Dude, Trent, for all the listeners of the Wrestling Fans Podcast, if you want to see Trent grow his beard out, yeah, I mean, it may take some time, but we're at episode 23 right now. Once we get to episode 40, Trent should have a Bray Wyatt beard, goatee, just the whole Bray Wyatt look. Trent, it might get it might get you a little bit more,
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm just saying, man. Dude, that'd be cool. If you grow a beard, that'd be awesome, man. That would be awesome. That'd be awesome. Just throwing that out there, my friend. Okay, well, now who do you got winning this match? It's not for the titles.
No,
So, who do you have winning this match?
has to be New Day.
You don't think that Bray Wyatt, Braun Strowman, and I guess this new murderer, Eric Rowan, will win it?
No, I mean, there's no really reason for them to win as a team because they're not going to be a team anymore with Braun on Raw.
Oh, dude, Trent, you're on the ball today, my friend. Did Eric go to okay. And I saw a couple videos on YouTube about Eric Harper. He should be ready around August at the earliest, right? My
Yeah,
bad, Luke.
Eric Harper.
Yeah. I was looking at Eric Rowan's name. Yeah, maybe they're just ditching. Yeah, hopefully they're ditching Braun Strowman. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, he did go to Raw. Lou, watch Braun Strowman turn into Snitsky.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah, man, get the band back together. Get the original Wyatt family back together and have Luke Harper come in and dominate. That'd be cool.
Yep.
That'd be cool. Okay, so you thinking the New Day win this match?
Yeah. And the New Day also just recently become the longest reigning tag team champions.
Which usually means what? That they're about to lose the titles, right?
Right.
Once they capture the record, it's whatever you're going for.
Which, if they rejuvenate the club on Raw, that could be who takes them.
Okay, yeah.
But we'll know that when we get to the draft.
I know, dude. The draft dominated this entire week, man.
Yeah.
It was, gosh, it was crazy, man. Okay, let's move on to
the other 6-man.
The other 6-man, yeah, definitely. Now let's see. Enzo and Cass are on Raw. Cena's on SmackDown. AJ's on SmackDown. I guess the club is on Raw.
Right. I see, because I still think they're doing AJ and Cena at SummerSlam. I see Cena pinning Carl Anderson for the win.
Okay, yeah, you see him pinning somebody other than. Okay, that's cool. Okay, all right, and that'll kind of make them 1-1, but and then we'll get the matchup at SummerSlam. Okay, yeah, I'm totally with you. I think having Enzo and Cass team up with Cena, you got to do something with that. You can't have them lose. But,
right.
Okay, cool. I'm with that. Total agreement there. Yeah, because he's not gonna pin AJ. Just not gonna pin AJ.
No.
All right, cool. And I don't see Big Cass or Enzo picking up the pinfall either. So
no,
we're good. All right, man. Yeah, man. Give me another one, my friend.
Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens.
This is the rubber match, is it?
No, their main roster. This is only their second one-on-one match.
Second one-on-one match. Okay. Now, do we think they'll end it here or go to SummerSlam?
Oh, I thought they was going to end it here. That's the way they were hyping it up. But oh my gosh, after this draft, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like every 5 minutes they're fighting each other.
Yeah,
which is cool. That adds something to it, but I don't know, man. Kevin Owens won the first one, right?
Right.
Okay. Man, you almost have to make Sami. I don't know, man.
Because of the rumors I've heard about Sami.
What are the rumors about Sami? That he sleeps with the light on?
That he's going to be in this cruiserweight division.
Dude, that was another thing that I didn't understand. And we're keep diving into this. I don't care. Here's the thing. You get a 3-2 ratio with Raw and SmackDown.
Right.
But then Raw is getting the cruiserweight division.
Yeah.
How many people? G freaking wins, man. How many people do you need to fill up a 3-hour show?
Yeah, for real.
Okay. So you think Sami will be in the cruiserweight? So you think he will lose?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I can see that. I would think that regardless of what they say, it will be Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn at SummerSlam.
Okay.
But wait, so you think Sami's gonna lose?
Yeah.
I got Sami winning, man.
All right.
Like, yeah, I just have Sami winning. I don't necessarily want him to win. I'm a huge Kevin Owens fan. But I think you have to do something with this since they are on the same show. Um, yeah.
Yeah.
I think. Go ahead.
Even do if they do the thing with Sammy and the cruiserweight, that might not even be until after SummerSlam anyway.
No, true. I don't know when they plan on starting that, but all I'm saying is they're on the same show. I don't really think Sammy can afford another loss. I don't know. Like I don't see Sami Zayn continuing this underdog gimmick without eventually getting a win.
Right.
So I'm gonna go Sami Zayn.
All right. And I'm going to stick with Kevin Owens.
All right.
And our main event, or I guess we should do what we think is going to happen with Orton.
I don't know, man. Like I didn't know if this was like a feud that they could do on Raw just to keep Orton and Jericho busy.
Yeah.
I didn't know if they were doing this if they do something with Brock.
I don't think they're going to do anything with Brock right now.
Well, I mean, you say that, but what do you actually mean? Like, I mean, let's because we can dive into the Brock Lesnar situation. He's he's suspended from the UFC for a banned supplement. It's an estrogen blocker, whatever. In a professional sport, he's banned.
Right.
But in sports entertainment, it doesn't look like he's been tainted whatsoever.
Yeah.
And we should expect him to be at SummerSlam full throttle, correct?
As far as I'm seeing, yeah.
Okay, so, well, I would think that they would say something about it.
Yeah, I mean, they would have to suspend him at least for 30 days, you would think.
And I've heard different ways of doing that. So he would show up to SummerSlam after the suspension. But the thing is, he's not on TV anyway.
Yeah.
You might get a rating spike if he shows up on a Raw, but let's say he doesn't. That's just going to make people want to tune in more just to see him on the pay-per-view.
Right.
But yeah, man, I would think in the court of public opinion, you would do something.
Right.
You would say something, you would mention it. Maybe they bring this up on the highlight reel.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It was weird because we just had the John Jones suspension.
Yep.
Which blocked him from fighting that like 3 days later or something like that, right?
Yep.
Then you get the Brock notification first after his match, after he was awarded $2.5 million, like the largest purse ever.
Right.
After they set records, and pretty much after the sale of UFC had been publicized, they sold it for $4 billion. To pretty much the company that owns the majority of their bigger stars.
Yeah.
With that said, it just seems like the UFC got what they wanted, but I don't know if WWE gets what it wants, because before we talked about, well, what if Brock loses? WWE suffers. Well, Brock didn't lose, but it was tainted.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard somebody saying that this happening is actually worse for UFC and stuff than Brock if Brock would actually lost.
Oh yeah, I mean, in the short term, it didn't really matter. I didn't watch the pay-per-view, but I heard it was still a stat card. Uh, we still had a bunch of cool fights. We saw some amazing finishes, but they got their money. It was a spectacle. It was everything they wanted it to be, and they profited from it. Now, a couple days later, a week later, it does look like a lesser card because of the fact that your main star was cheating.
Yeah.
I just think that on the highlight reel, maybe they say something about it, but as long as we get an RKO on Chris Jericho, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. Totally fine with it.
And you was talking about WWE getting something from UFC now. I don't know if they'll get that as far as like one of their stars because Brock failing his test kind of puts a black eye toward the UFC a little bit, don't you think?
Well, I don't know if it puts a black eye on the UFC. Well, it definitely puts a black eye on Brock. But here's the thing with a lot of the UFC pay-per-views, man. People are tested. They're tested multiple times, and then they fight. And win, lose, or draw, title changes hands, whatever. Somebody gets knocked out. Somebody gets submitted. The post-fight is even great. The press conference afterwards, all that stuff is terrific. And then a week later, it's almost like back headline news, lower on the page. Hey, this guy tested positive for blah, blah, blah. The match has an asterisk beside it, or the new champ is the interim, whatever. All that stuff used to happen. You really didn't care about it, but now that you got Brock Lesnar, you have to care about it. Once you had John Jones, being unable to fight, now you care about it. But with Brock, he's going back to a sport. Like, imagine somebody getting popped for, steroids in baseball, but the Olympics are coming up and they have a baseball team and they're going to be on a baseball team. Like, once you look at that guy like, whoa. I mean, hey, come on. Let's have an equal, fair, playing field here.
Right.
I don't know, man. It wasn't a good look, but like I said, they profited from it. They got the publicity, they sold it, and they'll deal with all the other stuff afterwards.
Yep.
All right, so let's go back to this highlight reel. Of course, we'll have the Jeritron 5000 along with Chris Jericho, but you see Chris Jericho doing a code breaker here. You see Paul Heyman coming out. Like, what do you think happens with this segment?
I see it with either Orton RKO and Jericho, RKO and Heyman.
Okay. All right, cool. Do you think Randy's really good on a stick like that?
Not really. He's like monotone,
Okay. Yeah. So hopefully Heyman
kind of robotish when he talks. Like he's like in one voice the whole time.
Yeah. Hopefully we see Heyman come out. Maybe Jericho does the typical interviewer thing where he doesn't let Orton speak and he keeps trashing him, and then we get the RKO. I don't know.
Yeah.
Listen, WWE, we're doing your job for you. Okay. Trent mailed in the applications last week, and we have yet to hear from you. So, for all the listeners of the TWF podcast, please tweet, spam, Facebook, WWE, and tell them that we need to get hired. So, let's move on to the next match, man.
All right. In the main event, we have Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns for the WWE Championship.
I want to know what you think. I already know what it is. I just want to hear you say it again.
What?
Who do you think wins?
Well, after thinking about it, I know last week I said Roman,
Yes, you did.
but I think now with um, him not being quite as favored toward Vince and stuff like he had been, I think Rollins gets it maybe.
Okay.
And that brings the title back to Raw.
Question: what the heck happens with SmackDown? Or I mean, regardless, what happens with a show that doesn't have the champion on it?
Well, I mean, obviously the plan is to create two titles, and they'll probably do like a tournament where the finals is at SummerSlam on SmackDown.
Here's the thing, man. I yeah, I'm rocking with Seth. I totally believe that Seth will win it, but I would love to see Dean Ambrose win.
Yeah,
Doesn't have to win in convincing fashion. I mean, you could actually just set up Seth and Roman, just fighting the entire time, and Dean just wins, off of them tearing each other apart. I would like to see Triple H or Stephanie come out and just add to the Seth mystique, man. Just award him the whatever the Raw Championship is going to be.
yeah,
Just award it. You're our champion. You've always been our champion. And have the guys on Raw fight for that, or just give Seth that,
yeah.
But I'm not really feeling another tournament. I don't know. I'm just not really feeling another tournament. Well, we already had the CWC. We already have a tennis match every Wednesday night. So, okay, what made you come down off the Roman Reigns thing, though?
Oh, after hearing more and more reports that Vince wasn't as happy about him, and that fact that he wasn't picked in the first round for the draft.
Let me ask you this: did we ever find out what he tested positive for?
I don't know if we did or not. I don't think we did.
But he and John Cena and Brock Lesnar kind of went in that second tier, right?
Right.
Okay. And I heard they, it was on purpose. They didn't want to put Brock as the number one pick.
Right.
So
yeah, he was scheduled to be the number one pick before they found out that he had failed 2 drug tests.
Well, I mean, he did. Well, oh yeah. That is right. He did fail to judge. Okay. Wow. I don't know. Like I said, I'm pushing for Dean Ambrose to win because Raw is the next night. It just throws that into confusion. What are they gonna do? They don't have a champion. Dean Ambrose is not there. Roman Reigns will be there. Seth Rollins will be there. Blah blah blah. But I'm just not feeling another tournament, man. So we got. I'm pushing for Dean. You're pushing for Seth.
Yep.
Okay, and we're gonna bat 1,000. One of us is.
Yep.
Emphasis on one of us.
Meaning me.
We'll see, my friend. We will see. We will see. Just one quick thing, man. Do you think this show ends with like a cliffhanger?
Nah.
No. Nobody coming back surprising anybody. Like Luke Harper won't come back.
No.
Or is there Brock? I don't think Brock shows up.
No.
Okay. All right. We go off the air with either Seth or Dean holding up the title. All right, cool. No problem with that. Now, Trent, let me ask you this, man.
All right.
Before we get into the draft, did you expect this draft to pan out like it did, man?
No, not really.
I mean, I
There
know
were,
we're
there were
critical.
some picks that I thought were kind of odd.
Yes, but we've been very critical of the WWE. But I think they kept it balanced. I think they kept it pretty balanced. Um, but let's get into the draft, man. Trent, do you want to run down the names of the picks for Raw and SmackDown?
Yeah, well, way I thought we'd do this is like go round by round because I got them
Okay.
written down round by round here.
Okay, by all
So we
means.
talk about each, round, each people in that round, and then go to the next one.
Okay, cool.
All right. So in round one, we had Seth Rollins going to Raw, Dean Ambrose going to SmackDown, Charlotte going to Raw, AJ Styles going to SmackDown, and from NXT, Finn Balor goes to Raw.
I did like the fact that Finn went just to add to the craziness of having a draft and being able to pick someone from NXT.
Yeah.
Um, uh, yeah, I thought that was just good drafting. It kept Seth as your priority as it should be. Kept Dean as your priority as it should be. Kept your women's champion a priority. So yeah, man, it was cool. I didn't really have a problem with it. I just didn't like the fact that Stephanie tinkled a little bit when she chose Charlotte. That's it.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Round two, we have Roman Reigns to Raw, John Cena to SmackDown, Brock Lesnar to Raw, Randy Orton to SmackDown, and the New Day to Raw.
This is where we kind of got what we expected.
Yeah.
It was just funny that it came in the second round.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is kind of what we expected. It's still a little shocking to see John Cena on Tuesday night.
Right.
And I don't know if he dominates Tuesday night. Like I guess we have to see a Dean Ambrose John Cena clash sooner or later.
Or I expect like a Dean and AJ will be one of the first programs they do.
Right. No, and I'm not saying it has to happen like a week
Oh
from
yeah,
now.
yeah.
What I'm just saying is like if they stay faces,
Right.
Ambrose has to go up against John Cena. Like whether or not you're gonna accept it or not, John Cena is gonna be your man. Like he's gonna be that guy.
Right.
So it's gonna take some getting used to see John Cena on Tuesday night.
Right. And another thing you have to wonder about, and this is the reason he was chosen round two with John Cena. How often is he going to be around? Will he be around as like he's always been? Because he's getting a bigger name now in the entertainment industry.
Trent, that is a very good point, man. He might be there sporadically. Um, I wouldn't put it past them to make it seem like John Cena is the star of the show and he's only there for the first couple of weeks and then he's gone. So,
Yeah.
like I said, somebody has to be the man on the show. It's probably going to be John Cena. So,
Yeah. All right. Round three. We have Sami Zayn going to Raw, Bray Wyatt going to SmackDown, The Boss, Sasha Banks going to Raw, Becky with the good hair, Becky Lynch going to SmackDown, and Chris Jericho going to Raw.
I didn't see the Sami Zayn staying on Raw thing, but like I've always said, I wanted Bray on SmackDown to turn into the Undertaker. Like I always said that.
Yep.
Becky with the good hair going to SmackDown is just what they need. The boss deserves to be on Raw. So,
yep.
I just didn't see the Sammy. First of all, I didn't see Sammy getting picked before Kevin Owens, but right. I totally understand if they're even going to make that into the storyline. Yeah, I was picked before you, whatever that. So,
what I expect to happen was one of them to pick Zayn and the other one right after the next very pick to be Owens, or vice versa.
When Owens wasn't picked for a while, I'm like, dang, son, really?
Yeah.
I mean, heel or face is Kevin Owens, man. And I don't know. Yeah, like it would have made perfect sense for them to do that, but obviously they wanted to keep them on the same show and keep it going like that. So
Right. And with Becky, I'm glad to see that she was the first woman that Shane chose. That means they have big things in store for her on SmackDown. But the problem is, what are they fighting for on SmackDown? Because the women's champion's on Raw.
yeah, see, we're gonna have to get some of these things cleared up, man. They didn't specify this, and they don't necessarily have to, man. Let's be freaking honest. They can, exploit this however they want to.
Right.
Um, maybe no, they can't. Oh wow, geez. I don't know, man. None of this really makes sense the way they have it set up now. If you're gonna have separate pay-per-views, then you're basically saying that you're not gonna have a women's title match on some of these pay-per-views.
Right. Or a tag title match.
Or exactly, or a tag title match. I don't want to see two. I don't want to see two different women's titles. I don't want to see two different tag titles. I thought they would have had floating champions, man.
Yeah. I thought after Monday when Stephanie announced the cruiserweights were coming back to Raw, I said, okay, well then the women will probably be exclusive to SmackDown, and the tag teams will float from both.
And no disrespect to what people want to see as far as eye candy, but you have to have some women on the show.
Yeah.
Like you have to do that because we're well beyond the cat fights, and we're well beyond just having a manager get pulled up on the apron and the dude she's with saving her. So you gotta have some women's matches just to keep that alive. But what do you fight for? And if you figure that out, when do you actually fight for it?
Exactly.
So, we'll see. I'm pretty sure we'll see up in the next couple of weeks as to where they're going with this. I don't know. I don't know.
And before I get to the next round, something that I would like to see on, especially SmackDown, is a new entrance, like a new entrance video, like as far as like when the show comes on, and like a new set.
Dude, I'm hoping it's going to happen on Tuesday. When it didn't happen for the draft, I gave them a pass because they had the two podiums up there. So I'm like, okay. But it basically just looked exactly like Raw.
Exactly.
So yeah, I'm totally with you on that, man. Hopefully we see something on Tuesday. I haven't heard anything about them doing that.
But right. They have just announced that they have new logos for each brand.
Okay. I mean, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's the way of starting this where next week they'll have other new stuff.
I will say this. I know how they're going to end the show every week.
What?
On SmackDown.
Okay.
They're gonna freaking end the show with yes, like every single week. If they're not gonna end it, his segment is at the top because they're not gonna deviate from the plan. He's gonna come out and set up the show and what we're gonna see, and we're gonna get yes chance every single week, which is cool. I think they should always end the show.
Yeah.
But I know that's going to be on the show.
Yeah, I wish Daniel Bryan would be more of a general manager, sort of like William Regal is over on NXT. Where you see him, but you don't see him every week. But I don't see that happening for one of their big two brands.
We don't even know when the commissioners are going to step out of the limelight.
Exactly.
Monday and Tuesday will be very, very important as to what we should expect to see, man.
Yep.
All right, man.
Round 4.
Okay.
And Rusev with Lana going to Raw. The Miz with Maurice going to SmackDown. Kevin Owens going to Raw. Baron Corbin going to SmackDown. And Enzo and Big Cass to Raw.
This was kind of it was a kind of boring round. You did get the back-to-back champions and then you got the stunner with Enzo and Cass. Not accompanying John Cena,
Right.
and staying on Raw, which I think is good for him. But yeah, man. I mean, it was kind of a boring
Yeah.
night.
And the only problem I have with the whole end zone cast thing is something we talked about last week, where you also have New Day and you have two babyface teams that kind of interact with the crowd. I felt they should have separated those two.
Yeah, because if you look on the SmackDown brand, you don't have any tag teams that can talk
No.
whatsoever. Whatsoever. That's why I thought they were going to Smack. Well, like we had them pegged to go to SmackDown.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. I don't know. So I'm pretty sure they'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you got the exact same team. Wow. Who are known for their talking
Right.
on the same show. But okay. Yeah.
All right. Round 5. We have the club of Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows going to Raw. From NXT, we have American Alpha going to SmackDown. The Big Show going to Raw. Dolph Ziggler going to SmackDown. And from NXT, Nia Jax going to Raw.
Like you had another stunner with Nia Jax at the bottom of this. It almost seemed like Shane felt sorry for Dolph by drafting them. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, real.
The the hype and the pop that American Alpha got when Brian was saying that, just running through the promo and the gimmick and the name and everything.
Yeah.
Everybody's ready for them, man. It should be very interesting to see what they can do on the SmackDown brand, given that they basically will be able to run that brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So this was a pretty good round. It was a shock to see the club not stay with AJ.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said before, you still got the Balor Club, so we can do that.
Yeah. And, all right. And yeah, I don't have much to say about that round.
Well, the Big Show.
Yeah.
Why? I don't know if it's early, but why?
Yeah. He should have been drafted in round 5.
Yeah.
Especially when somebody from round 6 is still around.
Okay, let's go to round 6.
All right. So we have Neville to Raw,
Yeah.
Natalia to SmackDown, Cesaro to Raw,
Bingo.
Alberto Del Rio to SmackDown, and Sheamus to Raw.
Okay, I don't know if you've seen it or read it or whatever, but it looks like Cesaro was pretty pissed about where he was drafted.
Yeah. And how far down he was drafted too.
Yeah, especially when he is their freaking workhorse.
Mm-hmm.
It's listen. These were not drafts thought of the day of. Like this is storytelling. So I didn't see why Big Show was taken ahead of Cesaro. I don't know if you follow the NFL drafts, the NBA drafts, but usually guys picked in the first round, some guys in the second round. They'll say, hey man, you went third in the second round, and there's 30 guys that were picked ahead of you. That becomes their story. They build their first couple of years based on the fact that this guy was drafted ahead of me. He signed a contract, and those guys are out of the league, and he's performing well beyond what people thought he would perform at.
Yeah.
And then some guys almost create like a blacklist or a hit list on the guys that were drafted before him, just to outdo him and everything like that. So, maybe you could get this out of Cesaro, just attacking, some of the guys that he's not necessarily cool with, but they were drafted ahead of him to give him something else outside of the Cesaro section, and coming out and taking your clothes off. So
yeah, we should get a gimmick like the Cesaro taking your clothes off thing for like one of the women. Like maybe that should be like Eva's new gimmick.
I'm down with that. I'm definitely down with that. You think we should write that in?
I don't know. We should.
All right. Neville. We get Neville back, which was surprising. Didn't know Neville was necessarily ready to come back. And here's the thing with the quote unquote injured stars or the stars that you hadn't seen. Like I would have thought that they would have still drafted Emma, still
Yeah.
I don't know, just draft people.
Still on the roster. I mean, why are you blacklisting them like they're not around anymore?
Right. I mean, I could see you drafting Neville, but Neville needs to be on the show Monday night. That's all I'm
Yeah.
saying.
I look for him to probably be the first cruiserweight champion.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Definitely see what you. Dude, here's wow. They didn't even say when this is gonna start.
No.
Yeah. This, like, I'm trying not to be Trent Williams, but Trent is always the first one to say, "You don't even give us any details about stuff. Like, why would you even mention it if you're not?" When they first talked about the draft,
Right.
they didn't have any GMs for the shows. They didn't know how was it.
Mm-mm.
So why would you just throw stuff out there? Hey, we're gonna have a cruiserweight division. Okay, you got tournament. You got current competitors. Is there application?
Is the winner of the CWC going to be the cruiserweight champion?
Nothing. It's just nothing. So, all right, yeah. Next round.
Well, also Alberto. Yeah, we was on this. Yeah, Alberto Del Rio. Him and Paige are going to be separated.
Oh well. Oh yeah. Page comes later. Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, I don't think he was happy with that either.
I wouldn't be happy if my chick was on another show. I
No.
mean, you. Well, let's see. You got.
They're really the only couple split up.
Exactly.
I mean, because
Yeah.
Naomi, she goes with the USO,
Yep.
and unless Emma comes back, it's on the opposite brand of Ryder,
I don't know.
which I hope not, because I want her on SmackDown to finish my dream women's thing over on SmackDown. All right, round number 7. This is where it went off the air, and they done it on the WWE Network, starting on this round.
Which I knew would happen, but I don't know if you remember the first draft.
Yeah.
They didn't do it like, well, I mean, they didn't have the network back then, but they
Right.
didn't do it like this. Like you slowly learned of stuff all at once.
Yeah.
That happened overnight, or like the next day, or something. Like it was like a supplemental draft or something.
Yeah, I think it was like the next day on like WWE.com.
Right. Now you had people reporting this, like you had people waiting for the supposed 6, the NXT 6.
Right.
Like you had people waiting for that stuff. Like you had people waiting to see if Shinsuke was going to be drafted. You had people waiting to see if Bayley was going to come up. You had people wait, like you had, dude. When the show went off, I was like, okay, that's cool. It's a 2-hour show. Because by the way, the show was awesome. Like it was, the matches were straight to the point. I mean, everything was cool. But dude, I went straight to WWE.com, and I'm pretty sure anyone with the network was thrilled to just see him come off the board. It was cool. It was like watching the draft, which was awesome.
Right. And another thing about the network thing, they showed it all during SmackDown and everything, and the interviews that they gave that they did on there were not really, they didn't feel scripted like most of the stuff. And a lot of people are talking about the stuff that was on the network was actually better than what was on SmackDown itself.
Wait. What are you talking about the let's call it the supplemental draft, or are you talking about the stuff that was on the network during the show?
All of it.
Okay, because I only thought that they like during the show, I know the network was given like the the post draft interview from like Sasha got drafted, Seth got drafted. Hey, how do you feel? Whatever.
Right, and that's why I'm talking about. Those interviews they're saying they're really good. That's where
cool,
Cesaro done the interview where he was pissed off.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I only saw the Seth interview.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Man.
and Del Rio, you could tell he was mad too.
Really?
Yeah, I think because of the Page thing.
Well, did you get Del Rio interview before Page got drafted or after he got drafted? or like, because like,
It was probably after him because she was the first one. She was in the first round that was on the network only. So yeah, probably
oh,
after she was drafted.
oh, okay. I got you. Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah. So round 7, we have Golden Truth to Raw, the Usos to SmackDown, Titus O'Neil to Raw, Kane to SmackDown, and Paige to Raw.
Okay, so Paige was the wow, yeah, Paige was the stunner out of this round because I didn't care about anybody on this list. I know Titus is your guy,
Yeah.
but I wasn't really interested in any of this list.
Nah. I think a good feud would be if they turned the Usos heel and have them go against American Alpha.
Dude, I just thought that they would stay with Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
I, I
Well,
like
they
I
did
thought,
step with Naomi, so we was halfway right.
yeah, I just thought that whole Samoan squad with Nia Jax would stay on Raw. I just assumed that would happen.
Yeah.
I just assumed that would happen. So
Yeah. Round 8, we have Darren Young with Bob Backlund to Raw, Kalisto to SmackDown, Sin Cara to Raw, Naomi to SmackDown, Jack Swagger to Raw, and the Ascension to SmackDown.
oh, they did a 3-3.
Yeah, they started doing 6 at this time.
Okay, all right. Not biggest news. One of the items from the week was Sin Cara had a fight with Simon Gotch.
Yeah,
Heard Sin Cara got the better of him.
yeah.
We don't condone violence on this show,
No.
but hey, watch out for Sin Cara, my friend.
I wonder what in the world a feud between Sin Cara and Simon Gotch could be about.
I don't know. I have no freaking idea.
I mean,
Like I
that's
don't
like the weirdest, like, two people that would go against, get in a fight or something.
at catering.
Yeah.
Like dude, I don't know about you, but I'm not angry when food's around.
No. Maybe they were sitting at the same table and maybe Simon Gotch double dipped or something.
I can see that happening. Dude, listen. If there's wings and you're double dipping it in the same, because everybody got the same little ranch cup. I can understand that.
Right.
Double dipping is a sin.
Yeah.
You can read it in Corinthians. It's a sin. Okay, so, but honestly, when there's sandwiches involved, when there's finger food, maybe if there was some pasta, I'm not really that angry.
Yeah. I seen a funny meme the other day about double dipping. They said nowadays people will lick other people's buttholes, but when it comes to double dipping, they act like it's the end of the world.
Oh man, wow. Holy smokes, man. That's crazy. That is nice one, Trent. Nice.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, let's
go to round number 9.
That's a new hashtag, but go ahead. Let's go.
All right. So we have the Dilly Boys to Raw, Zack Ryder to SmackDown, Summer Rae to Raw, Apollo Crews drafted in round 9. That's crazy. Poor guy. Mark Henry to Raw, and my girl Alexa Bliss to SmackDown.
Yeah, I saw people freaking out about this one. Like, this one got people going. This one got social media hype. This is when I started getting notifications. Alexa came off the board before Bailey. Alexa wasn't even in the 6, and she got drafted. So,
right. Well, when Alexa Bliss come off the board, you got actually a private message from me about how happy I was.
Yeah. No, whoa. Oh, I thought you sent it to me after Eva Marie got sent too.
I think I sent it to Alexa after Alexa, and then sent another one after Eva.
Listen, this is how happy this dude was, because I'm asleep at this point. Okay, I had to go to work the next morning, so I'm like, dang, like I can't watch it, and I think I tracked it for maybe 20 minutes, but yeah, my phone started going up on a Tuesday. Actually, that's pretty accurate. But yeah, man, Alexa is now on SmackDown, and she's gonna be the pint-sized pit bull. It's awesome.
Yep. Yeah. SmackDown's looking pretty good as far as the women go.
Oh yeah, yeah.
As
And
far
I
as
think
the eye candy on the SmackDown side.
SmackDown's doing just fine, man, and they still have a good balance. So
Yeah.
they're doing pretty good.
Yeah. But yeah, Apollo Crews, I still say he should have stayed down in NXT for longer.
I don't know, man. I mean, maybe you can shine on SmackDown with this roster. Um, maybe you can make something out of it. Um, but do you see the
But
disparity
I faith
between
in
him?
him.
Do you see the disparity between him and Baron Corbin though?
I think he should have been drafted before Corbin.
I mean, Baron Corbin is a 45-year-old man who goes to the same biker bar and orders milk.
Yeah.
But I would have thought that they would have went to their respective shows around the same round, man. Maybe a split in a round, but
Not this
it,
far now. Not this far separated.
jeez, it's crazy.
All right, round 10. We have Braun Strowman to Raw, Breezango to SmackDown, Bo Dallas to Raw, the All Red Everything Eva Marie to SmackDown, the
All
Shining
right, everything.
Stars to Raw, and the Vaude Villains to SmackDown.
Okay, so, huh?
I wonder if like I wonder if that was like a thing where they had plans on putting the Vaude Villains and Sin Cara on the same show. And after that fight, they couldn't, so they put them on separate shows.
I didn't know if. Listen, all this kind of coincided with I think the announcement that the Lucha Dragons, Lucha, were splitting up.
Right.
And then I'm thinking to myself, well, maybe Sin Cara was mad. I don't freaking know. But yeah, the Vaudevillains and Sin Cara just, I guess, don't get along. It's funny. Uh, I was shocked to see Bo Dallas get. I thought that, much like the club, much like the New Day, that the Social Outcasts were like a unit.
Well, they had them like that at first, and then they changed it.
So, I mean, that was a shocker once you start seeing Bo Dallas, and then you see, we'll get to Curtis Axel later, and then we'll definitely get to what happened with Slater. But I don't know, it just seemed kind of weird that you break that chemistry up. Not that they were selling tickets, but they were a package,
Yep. All right, final round.
Whoa.
Okay.
And Eva Marie is on SmackDown.
Yes.
Let's just put that out there.
So I have Becky, Eva, Maurice, and Alexa on SmackDown.
Do you see a color change in hair for Eva?
No, I don't think so. I can see it for Alexa.
So the Red Queen will not turn into the Blue Queen?
Nah, that's too much of her gimmick being all red everything.
Okay, all right. All red everything stays all red everything on a blue show. Cool.
Yep. And the final round, we have Alexa Bliss going to Raw. Not Alexa Bliss. Alicia Fox. Darn, I got her on my mind. Alicia Fox to Raw.
All week.
Eric Rowan to SmackDown. Daniel Brooke to Raw. Mojo Rawley from NXT going to SmackDown. Curtis Axel to Raw. And the final pick from NXT was Carmella going to SmackDown.
Okay, so here's where people went nuts. Carmella got drafted.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't have a problem with that. Well, I do, because she's not on the same brand as her guys.
Bingo. So why do it doesn't make a lot of sense, man.
But I don't have a problem with her coming up though.
No, well, I didn't necessarily have a problem with her coming up. I just wanted her to, I don't know. I don't know. I really don't have a response for why she should not have come up on Tuesday. But it was a shocker, man, because of the fact that Bayley didn't get drafted. Yes, you need somebody to stick around in NXT. I don't know how long they stick around in NXT. But Carmella, to be the last pick, Carmella.
Right. Well, the problem I had was with Mr. Mojo Rawley. I'm not a fan of his at all.
You don't like people with ADHD. That's what it is.
I don't like Mojo Rawley, no.
Okay.
I mean, for him to be drafted before Bailey, that's where I got mad. Although once I got this far down, I knew Bailey wasn't really going to go.
And keep in mind, we still might see Bailey. This,
Right.
every 3 for 2 or whatever. It's
Yeah.
so odd to see this, but we still might get Bailey.
Yeah, and they're also talking about bringing some people up like during the fall.
Okay. Um, but yeah, I mean, I guess you need a stronger tag team with Mojo and Zach. I mean,
Yeah.
that could work. I
I
think.
would rather seen like Ty Dillinger or somebody.
Hey Trent, you're breaking up. Are you still there?
I said I would rather had like Ty Dillinger come up instead of Mojo.
Dude, totally. Um, I don't know. I think Mojo's coming up for the tag team with
Yeah.
Zach. Nah.
Yep.
And that could play well on SmackDown. It's a 2-hour show. They could do something with him yelling "Hi, hi," all that stuff. So,
Right.
Curtis Axel, he gets drafted, but we don't get Heath Slater, and I think they're making a Heath Slater storyline out of this.
Right.
But yeah, Heath Slater doesn't get drafted.
No.
I know that crushed you.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And Daniel Brooke gets drafted somewhat late.
Right.
But I didn't really mind it. Dude, these last picks were just Bailey's not there. Really, people got crushed when Bailey wasn't drafted, only because they set it up with this whole NXT 6.
Right.
If everybody out of the 6 got drafted, fine. But I'm not gonna do the numbers here, but we had maybe 10 from NXT.
Yeah.
So it just threw things out of whack. You still need to soak up a little more juice out of Shinsuke first. I can understand that. But Bailey, people wanted to see Bailey, man, and people were not happy when she wasn't drafted. And all in all, I like the drafts though. They're pretty balanced. You still got some old guys, you still got some new guys. I don't understand why Raw has to have more people that live in China, but I guess you need to fill up 3 hours with somebody.
Yep. Emma, when she comes back, I would love for her to go to SmackDown. And now that Dana Brooks on Raw with Charlotte, I'd like to see Emma be teamed up with Alexa.
Now, help me out with this, Trent. The last time they did this, everybody right now is basically free agents. Is that kind of how they did this, or?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Like randomly, people just showed up on the show because they signed them or something.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm guessing Luke Harper comes back to SmackDown. You're hoping Emma goes to SmackDown,
right?
And we're hoping Bailey just shows up at the pay-per-view. We don't even care what show she's on.
Which she'd probably be Raw, I think.
Okay. Yeah. She would definitely be Raw. But yeah, man, this was a good week. I think this was a good culmination to the weeks and weeks and weeks that we've had discussing what we call the brand split, what they call the brand extension, trying to find a general manager, coming up with commissioners and general managers, whatever. But finally having 2 shows. If you're a wrestling fan, Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday with the 2 shows that are just, wow, they provide a different atmosphere, a different type of show compared to your traditional Monday and Tuesday night. So it's just jam-packed, man. Like, it's tough not to be a wrestling fan right now. And I hope SmackDown doesn't fall off, but it was pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah, and then even if you're a TNA fan, you have that on Thursdays.
Have you been keeping up with that?
I watched it this week. There wasn't that much to talk about.
Okay. No more.
Broken Matt Hardy, Brother Nero. Anything special?
Not really.
Nah.
You gotta keep. Come on, man. TNA. You gotta keep going. You gotta keep hooking people in.
Yeah.
Jeez, don't fall off. Don't fall off. Wow, no broken Matt Hardy. Well,
Well,
it is what
they
it
were
is.
on there, but it wasn't nothing, special.
Right, right. But now on Wednesdays, is that when TNA comes on, or are they moving back to Thursdays?
Thursdays.
Okay, all right. Goodness, 4 days of wrestling, man. Trent, we need to start our promotion and have it on Fridays and
All
just
right.
fill up the entire week. Wow, man, jeez. Let me ask you this, man. Raw was irrelevant.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll get, um, what we had at the end of Raw this week? Were they like pretty much make you watch SmackDown now?
They should at least for a while, until SmackDown gets on its own momentum to where it gains viewers without Raw having to hype it up
Right,
because
right.
you want to see those talents and those storylines.
True, very true. You have a Monday show that's, I guess, totally separate from your Tuesday show.
Hmm.
I don't know if there's going to be a struggle bringing in viewers for Tuesday, but the fact that you have them back to back, man, it took back to back to back to back. I think it's going to
Hmm.
be a good thing. I think it's going to be a very good thing.
Well, this week it'll be 4 nights in a row for WWE because you'll have the pay per view on Sunday.
Oh, I already got my cheese dip planned, buddy.
Yeah,
uh, oh, Trent, are we getting a pre-show?
for Battleground,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
they didn't announce any matches.
Okay, all right. Trent, speaking of pre-shows, I think the announcers like switched around for these shows now.
They did.
Who are our announcers for Monday nights and who are our announcers for Tuesday nights?
For Monday nights, we have Michael Cole, Corey Graves, and Byron Saxton. And for SmackDown, we have Mauro Ronaldo, who I got retweeted by yesterday,
Shout
uh,
out tomorrow.
JBL, and David A-List Otunga.
Wow. Okay. David A list us. Okay. All right. Byron Saxon stays on Raw. Just
Yep.
wow. He knows somebody.
And
Okay.
Jerry Lawler and Booker T will be part of the pay-per-view panel pre-show.
Yeah. Yeah. I figured Jerry Lawler had about 9 lives, but
Yeah.
apparently he doesn't.
No.
Um, my girl JoJo, even though she's only 4 feet tall, is still looking hotter than ever.
I agree.
Uh, sorry, I just have a thing for short girls. Uh,
Well,
and
me too, because I'm a short guy.
yeah, yeah, this is gonna be very fresh. It's gonna be very, very new. It's definitely gonna have a different feel. Hopefully, they bring in a new set for SmackDown, but I want to see how Michael Cole and Corey Graves interact. It's
Yeah.
still a 3-man booth, so I guess Byron still plays that wacky role. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess. Uh, Corey Graves is gonna be your heel. That's cool.
And as far as I know, he's still going to be doing NXT too. Corey is.
Yeah, and isn't he still on like CWC to explain stuff or whatever? Like,
Yep.
okay, yeah. Obviously, Corey Graves is the future. Not really thrown off by his tats, and for the most part, he keeps them covered up.
Yeah.
So that's cool, man. Very, very, very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how JBL and Morrow is going to interact.
See, I don't watch any of the shows where David Otunga is an announcer, so
Right.
like, I'm struggling to figure out how that works. But
Yeah.
I don't know. That was kind
Well,
of
he filled in for Lawler on SmackDown while Lawler had his suspension, and I guess they liked him enough where they just keep Lawler out of the booth and put him in there good for good.
I don't want to be that guy, but can I be that guy for a second?
All right.
2 white guys and a black guy on Raw, 2 white guys and a black guy on SmackDown.
Yeah. Well.
Consistency. I mean, I'm not like I'm not against it or for it. I just noticed that real quick.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, man. Well, Trent, I think that's it, my friend.
I think it is.
Think that is it. Am I missing anything? Do you have any other treats that you would like to share with the show?
Coming up pretty soon ahead of SummerSlam, we'll, like we did our things for WrestleMania, like our Ultimate WrestleMania card and our rebooking WrestleMania.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing that for SummerSlam.
The Ultimate SummerSlams?
Yeah, Ultimate SummerSlam card. I've already went back and rebooked all the SummerSlams.
Okay. And for some reason, like I know more SummerSlams than WrestleManias.
I'm just the opposite.
I mean, like I don't know, like I like SummerSlam. I don't know, it's just like the summer feel of SummerSlam, and it's basically your summer WrestleMania anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, man. Yeah, dude, I'm definitely down for that. That's cool. That's very cool. And with that said, man, you got anything else?
That's it.
Okay, look, if you want to tweet Trent, you can find him at
MTW3589.
For myself, I am a lazy Twitter typer,
You sure are.
you can find me at Bangham South. The official Twitter page for the show is
at TWF_podcast.
And our Facebook page is
Facebook.com/TWF podcast.
We have a new banner for the Facebook page and the Twitter page and our YouTube channel as well. With all that said, and the email address is twfpodcast@gmail.com. Guys, tweet us, send us emails, send us suggestions for the show. If anybody wants to be on the show, come on over. Trent, good luck this week on your picks. I know you will be watching the Battleground pay-per-view, and we'll actually get to watch it at the same time since there's no freaking pre-show.
Yep.
Trent, look, last little thing. This is just totally random. What is your ritual for a pay-per-view, man?
I don't really have one.
I mean, you just catch it when like no special snack, no designed beer, no extra foot massage from Eva Marie, nothing.
Nah.
Okay,
I usually schedule supper around the time it comes on so I can eat while it's on.
Okay. Do you watch with the family?
Me and my dad.
Okay, awesome, man.
Well, he's off and on,
I got you. I was always a.
Usually he falls asleep halfway through it, so.
Yeah. Okay. Dude, monitor what match he goes to sleep on, and we'll talk about that. That'd be awesome.
But hey, it could be the best match on the card, and he'd still go to sleep on it.
Oh, jeez, I feel you though. I definitely feel you on it. Dude, I'm a cheese dip guy. I don't know, like I don't really do popcorn, but it's just like that's a Sunday ritual for a pay-per-view, man. Like you're sitting down for the next 3 hours, and you just want to watch good wrestling. So, with that said, thank you guys for joining the show, man. Trent, good luck on Sunday, my friend. And I got my fingers crossed, hoping that Bailey shows up.
Yep.
All right, man. Take care.
All right, bye.